I have verified the order, assessed the need for the procedure, gathered my equipment, identified the patient using 2 patient identifiers, explained the procedure to the patient, raised the bed to a comfortable working level, and lowered the head of the bed so the patient is flat. I have donned clean gloves and a mask. My equipment includes sterile gloves, an antimicrobial patch, alcohol swabs, and the dressing change kit. I'm going to use an alcohol pad to remove the dressing or remove the transparent dressing and pulling it towards the insertion site. As I remove the dressing, I'm going to palpate, and for any swelling or tenderness or warmth, I'm going to inspect the insertion site just to make sure it's not red or raised. I'm going to use any alcohol to remove any adhesive left behind from the transparent dressing or from any securement device. I'm going to throw the dressing away. I'm going to perform hand hygiene, and I'm going to prepare my equipment. So I'm opening my dressing change kit towards me. I'm careful not to cross over the dressing kit, and I'm grabbing it from the 1 inch around it, just because I don't want to contaminate anything inside my kit. I'm opening my antimicrobial patch, and I'm going to not touch any of the inside of it, but I'm going to pop it onto my sterile field. And move this out of the way just so I have room to don my sterile gloves. So I'm grabbing the glove by the cuff, and I'm inserting my hand into the glove, and I'm just grabbing the cuffed portion, or the portion of the glove that's going to be inside touching my hands. So with the sterile portion of the glove, I'm grabbing any part that's going to be, I'm grabbing from inside the cuff, and then now I'm putting my hand in, and I'm careful not to touch my other hand, and just touch parts of the glove that are going to remain sterile. And then at this point, I could use sterile to sterile to adjust my gloves. So inside my kit, I'm going to have some alcohol swabs that I'm going to use to cleanse the insertion site. I'm going to start from the insertion site and work my way outward, and then I'm going to start from the bottom, or the part of the catheter that is closest to the insertion site, and work outward from there. And I'm just getting a new swab to clean the actual catheter, and then another new swab. This kit also has the betadine swabs, but I'm not going to use them on this mannequin arm because I'm afraid that if I use the betadine and then put a transparent dressing on top, that I might cause some staining. But I would use those when doing this on a person. After I've cleansed the site, I'm going to apply the antimicrobial patch. And the blue part of the patch goes upward. So you could always think like blue to the sky, because the blue part goes upward, because the white part is the part that has the antimicrobial chlorhexidine. So to secure my device, I'm using the sterile tape that comes within the central line or PICC line dressing kit. Next, I'm going to apply my transparent dressing. When I apply my transparent dressing, I want to make sure that I leave the injection cap outside of the transparent dressing. Either the injection cap or the needle-free port, whichever you want to call it, but you want to make sure that it's outside the dressing because you're going to need it to access that. I'm going to date the dressing so that we can know when it was last changed, date, initial, time. And when I apply my dressing, I want or my date, I want to make sure that I'm not covering the insertion site because we want to be able to assess that. After I've dated that, I'm just going to dispose of all of my supplies, remove my gloves, and perform hand hygiene. Lower the bed to the lowest position, put the patient in a comfortable position, and give them their call light.